Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Today our topic is mathematical modeling in the unit number 2, mathematical models of the system. Okay, so whenever we talk about the mathematical model of the system, there is a mechanical system included. So in this topic, we have covered the translation motion and the rotational motion for this particular mathematical modeling. Now, in the translation motion, we will study about the mass, damper and the spring, and in the rotation, same thing, inertia, rotary damper and the rotary spring. Okay, so we will study about the one by one the equation of this, and then we have to find out the final conclusion of this mathematical modeling. So first of all, what is the mass? So mass will be one type of mechanical system in this translation motion. Now as you study what is the equation for the mass with respect to the force, so F is equal to m into A, where F is my force, m is my mass and A is the acceleration. Okay, so if we want to draw the diagram for this particular, so whenever force is applied, we can get some displacement. Okay, if we have something and if we can apply the force for this particular thing, then we can get some displacement value. Okay, so mass will be indicated with this diagram. Now, if we want to draw the free body diagram, so this is the free body diagram for this particular mass. So whenever object is there, if we can apply the force, we can get some displacement. So we can get some value of x of t. Okay, so what is the component value for this? So the component input is force, that is denoted as f of t. Component output, that is equal to position, that is x of t. And if we can write down the equation with the mass with respect to the force input, so m d square xt upon dt square, because the equation of the force F is equal to m into A, and the equation of the acceleration with respect to the displacement, so A is equal to d square x upon dt x. So we can write here m into d square x of t upon dt square, that is equal to m x double dot t, and the input force is f of t. Okay, so this is all about the mass. The next one is the damper. Damper is also known as the friction. If we can apply the force for this particular object or the body, so there is a friction is generated. So if we want to write the equation, the friction with respect to force, so force is equal to V into Vt, the friction is denoted as V. So here the component input is the force f of t, component output is the position x of t, and if we can write the equation for the damper, so Fo x dot t or the V square dx upon dt, that is equal to f of t, because the relation of the v and x, that is v is equal to dx upon dt. Okay, and the third one is the spring. Okay, so if we want to connect the spring for this particular object and the force is applied, so here also the component input will be force, component output will be position x of t, and what is the equation? K into x of t, that is f of t. Okay, so this is the component of the translation motion. Now the next one is, we can take one example for this mass spring damper system. So the car suspension example, in that the force is applied, mass is there, friction is there, and the spring is connected between the ground and the mass. If we want to draw the free body diagram for this particular system, so force is my input and my mechanical component will be mass, friction and the spring, that is indicated as the M, F and K. Now whenever you write down the equation mass with respect to force, so you have to write down like this: M H double dot T, F, that is called the friction, so F into H dot T and K X of T, that is equal to whatever force is applied, F of T. Okay, and X of T is the final displacement. So for any body, the algebraic sum of externally applied force and the force opposing the motion in any given direction, that is equal to 0. That's why we have to write the equation like this manner: M X double dot T plus Fv X dot T plus K X of T, that is equal to F of T. Okay, now if they will ask that you have to convert this mechanical system into the electrical system, so for that you have to apply the force voltage analogy. Okay, so what is the force voltage analogy? So for that we have to consider one mechanical system and one electrical system, and then we have to convert this mechanical system equation into the equivalent electrical system. So here the three diagram is given. The first one is the mechanical system. In that, force is my input, X is my output, displacement, and the mechanical component will be M, V and K. Okay, now if we can draw the free body diagram for this particular first mechanical system, so the free body diagram like this: force is applied, then the mechanical component will be M, V and K, and X is my displacement. Now in the second diagram we will draw the electrical system. As you know, as you study in the electrical system, whenever voltage is applied, we can connect the electrical component like inductor, capacitor and resistor, and we can get the answer using the KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, or the KCL theory. Okay, so first of all, the differential equation describing the dynamic of the mechanical system that we have studied earlier, that is equal to M X double dot plus B X dot plus KX, that is equal to X. Okay, now if we want to write down the equation of the electrical system using the KVL theorem, so the equation will be like this: L di by dt plus 1 by C integration of I dt plus R into I, that is equal to V. Okay, now we have find out the analogy between the force and voltage. So for that, as you know, what is the I? I is the current flow for this particular system, and the charge Q and current I have some relation. Okay, so I is equal to dq by dt, that is equal to Q dot. So we have to replace I with the Q dot. So L Q double dot plus I Q dot plus 1 by C Q, that is equal to V. Okay, now we have to compare the equation number 1 and equation number 3, and we have to find the analogy. Why we have to convert this equation? Because the mechanical system is given in the form of M X double dot plus B X dot plus Kx. So we have to convert this second equation into the third. Okay, now we have to compare the equation number 1 and 2. So here you can see that the force will be equivalent to V, first one. Now the mass mx double dot, that is equivalent to L q double dot. So the mass will be equivalent to inductance. Same thing, the damping coefficient V will be equivalent to resistance. K will be equivalent to reciprocal of the capacitor, that is equal to 1 by C. Now the displacement x, that is equivalent to Q, that is charge, and the linear velocity x dot, that is equivalent to current I. So this is the force voltage analogy table. So the equation will be given in the mechanical form. So you can easily convert this mechanical system into the electrical system using the force voltage analogy. Okay, now same thing for the force current analogy. Okay, so for that the mechanical system will be as it is. We have to consider the another electrical system where I is my input. Okay, so for this electrical system we have to apply the Kirchhoff's current law. So what is the Kirchhoff's current law? It is summation of all the current. So I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Put the value of I1, I2 and I3 for this particular equation. We can get I is equal to V by R plus I2 is equal to 1 by L integration of V dt and plus for the capacitor C into V dot that is equal to I. So this is equation number 4. Now same logic will be applied. We have to similar equation for the mechanical system. So for that we can put V is equal to d phi by dt that is equal to flux. So phi dot. So we can convert this equation 4. So we can get C phi double dot plus 1 by R phi dot plus 1 by L phi that is equal to I. Now we have to compare the equation number 1, this one, and the equation number 5. And then we have to find out the force current analogy. So in the force current analogy, for the mechanical system input will be force and the electrical system input will be current. Okay, for the mechanical system mass will be equivalent to here capacitor, damping coefficient will be equivalent to conductance. Conductance is nothing but the 1 by R. Spring constant K will be equivalent to reciprocal to the inductance. Linear displacement x will be equivalent to magnetic flux and the linear velocity x dot will be equivalent to voltage. So using the KVL and KCL we can find out the equation and then we have to find out the analogy for the force voltage and the force current analogy. Okay. Now the next mechanical system component that we have to discuss earlier, that is rotation. Now in the rotation, three things is there. The first one is the inertia. Okay. In the translation motion, whenever the force is applied, the displacement is there. In the rotational motion, the object will be rotated. So there will be torque is there. Okay, so input component will be torque and the output component will be the angle. We can get the output in the form of the angle. Okay, so what is the equation for the inertia? Same like the mass. Here the equation look like this. For the inertia, I d square theta d upon dt square, because here displacement in the angular movement that is equal to j theta t, theta double dot t, that is equal to t of t. T is my torque. Okay. Next is the damper. Same thing. Here friction is applied but in the angular motion. So the component input will be torque, component output will be angle, and equation will be d theta t upon dt that is equal to b theta dot t that is equal to t of t. And the third one is the spring. Okay, so the equation of the spring will be k theta t that is equal to t of t. So in the translation motion the input will be force, in the rotational motion input will be torque. In the translation motion output will be in the form of displacement, and in the rotational motion output will be formed in the angular displacement that is denoted as theta t. Okay, so if we have to find the analogy using the force voltage in the rotational motion, so we can get torque will be equivalent to voltage. This is the force voltage analogy. Moment of inertia that is equivalent to inductance. Damping coefficient V that is equal to resistance. Spring constant K that is equal to reciprocal of capacitor. Angular displacement is equivalent to charge, and the angular velocity is equivalent to current. Okay, same method will be applicable, and for the force current analogy, torque is equivalent to current, moment of inertia is equivalent to capacitor, damping coefficient is equivalent to conductance, that is equal to 1 by R, spring constant is equivalent to reciprocal of inductance, angular displacement is equivalent to magnetic flux, and angular velocity is equivalent to voltage. Okay, so using this table, we can easily convert this mechanical system into the electrical system. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt regarding this topic, you have to contact me in my email ID.